All right, joining me live on the broadcast is Dr. Elisabeth Kendall, West Asia analyst and the head of Girton College at Cambridge University. Thank you so much for joining us on WION World is One. As we know right now, US President Donald Trump is headed to Egypt for the Gaza Peace Summit. We've already seen the return of all hostages on Israeli soil, as well as the exchange of prisoners. What is your take on the situation, and what are you expecting from this meeting in Egypt?
First of all, I think we need to acknowledge that this is a game-changing moment in the war. But at the same time, we need to be quite careful about setting our expectations too high for what's ahead. It was so important to get the Israeli hostages out and the Palestinian detainees released. But this is the easy bit so far. What's to come is going to be really, really challenging. I think that we are a long way still from Trump's notion of eternal peace, and that we should be seeing this perhaps more as the beginning of the beginning and not the beginning of the end, as he would like. There are many obstacles still in the way, which I'm happy to elaborate on.
Dr. Kendall, you're so right. This is truly the beginning, and this is something that we've been trying to have our discussions. We've been having discussions on this all through the course of the day.
A couple of the biggest issues that will immediately face those in Egypt are the notion of sequencing. It's going to be really hard to avoid a kind of catch-22 situation where Israel won't pull out further from Gaza until Hamas is completely disarmed, and Hamas won't disarm until Israel pulls out and until its own state is on the way. Don't forget, Israel still holds on to just over 50% of Gaza. That's not a situation in which Hamas will be happy to disarm. And the second huge challenge is, of course, the question of guarantees. Hamas has essentially given up its leverage now. If the hostages are out, what leverage does it have?
Perhaps, do you think this is where the Palestinian Authority can come in, and do you think they can play a more effective role this time around, and that can be brokered? Do you think that can happen?
Well, I think that's an interesting suggestion. Of course, Netanyahu and his administration, his immediate coalition partners, have said that they would not welcome the involvement of the Palestinian Authority. And that does beg the question, who are the Palestinian technocrats who would come in and help to broker a future for this region? And I think the issue of Palestinian statehood has so far been fudged. It's not really included in the 20-point plan. And the 20-point plan talks about a pathway to Palestinian self-determination, but a lot will be in what that pathway is and how self-determination is defined.
Right, Dr. Elisabeth, and just before I let you go, if I could quickly get your opinion on this as well. Will things change on the ground? Because we were also speaking to a former IDF soldier earlier who was rather skeptical of whether or not there can be lasting peace. What's your opinion on this? Do you think there is any chance that we will see things on ground in Gaza change?
I think that there's a chance, but I am, of course, skeptical owing to previous experience. If Israel does not move back in, if not every single thing that goes wrong in Palestine is deemed to break the agreement, then perhaps there is a chance. But governance and security inside the Gaza Strip will be key. And what we really risk now is not just Israel moving back in, but also civil strife from Hamas and other related groups themselves. So I think that this is a really difficult moment, and peace is still a long, long way off on the ground.